In today's session, we will discuss about the steps required to receive the data serially via RxT pin and also a program under that. So, in transmitting the data, the transmitting interrupt flag is checked, whereas in case of your receiving data, your receiving interrupt flag will be checked. This is the only difference. Apart from that, the all other steps is going to be same. In this also, the first step is we need to load tmod register. Then you have to load the baud rate with th register. Then you have to use scon register for serial communication control. Next, we have to start our set bit timer. Once the timer is started, you have to load the data whatever it is available in S buffer because it is receiving your data. So once the data is received, now it has to be loaded onto your temporary register where the user can access that particular data. So these are all the steps that is required to receive the data via RxT. So as a first step, it indicates character byte it is about to transmit. Now 8-bit character is received 1 bit at a time. Then the stop bit is received. So when receiving the stop bit, 8051 will make RI. That is RI is nothing but receiving interrupt. Once the data is received, then the RI flag will be set. When it gets set, it means that the complete character byte of data has been received and it should be moved back to some temporary register where the user can access it. Otherwise, the next data which is coming will be overwritten. So you have to transmit the data safely to the working register. Next is you need to check your RI flag. When it is raised, it is understood that the character has been received and it is available in your S buffer register. Now from S buffer register, we have to move the data to the either your accumulator or to the port so that the user can access the data feasibly. Now we'll be writing this by means of a program. We can understand this is a C program. We have to write a C program for 8051 to transmit the data A serially at 4800 baud rate continuously. Here it is understood that as a first step we have to load tmod register and it is a C program. So the data to be loaded onto your tmod register is going to be 20H, and also we have discussed what is the necessity of using 20 in tmod. Once it is done, you have to load your th register. Why we need to load my th register in the sense, this will use the data required to transmit the data at 4800 bits per second, that is baud rate. So as a first step, we can use include hash reg51.h. The purpose of using this particular line is the 8051, that C compiler will utilize the complete library functions of 8051 available over here. The entire library function of 8051 will be utilized by your C compiler. So if you are using this particular instruction, it is understood that the C compiler is utilizing all the library function of 8051. Next one, I have to write the main program because I wanted to transmit the data A serially from your transmitting end to your receiving end. So in the main program, why we are using void in the sense, because the void main is not going to return any value to the variable. Then it is tmod. Tmod is equal to 0x20. Why we are using 0x20 in the sense, in tmod we are going to utilize timer 1 in mode 2 operation. So when you wanted to use timer 1 in mode 2 operation, tmod is equal to 0x20, and it is the one that is representing the hexadecimal value. In case of C, if you wanted to represent any hexadecimal value, you can use this type of representation. Next, th1 is equal to 0xFE. We know that the baud rate is going to be 4800. So if you find the calculation like 8-bit auto reload. 8-bit auto reload means the minimum count is going to be 00 and the maximum count is going to be FF. FF stands for 256. So when you are calculating for 4800, you will be getting -6. For this -6, if you take a 2's complement, we will get the answer FA. So this FA needs to be loaded onto our TH register. Why we are going to use TH register in the sense, in case of timer 1 mode 2 operation, we are having it is a 8-bit auto reload. Since it is a 8-bit auto reload, lower part of your timer register is not utilized, only higher portion of your timer register is utilized. So you need to load TH register. The TH register is loaded with 0xFA according to the baud rate given in the program. Next, SCON is equal to 0x50. So it represents your serial control register bit. Serial control register bit 50 it is used. It means that you are going to operate it with mode 1. So mode 1 is nothing but it is a 8-bit UART, where 8-bit UART with a variable baud rate. So you can transmit the data at variable baud rate. So according to that, you have to represent this SCON register. When you put this 50H in the SCON bit pattern, then you will be getting 0x50 for various operations that is described. Once the data is loaded, so your T mode is loaded, TH is also loaded, then SCON is also loaded. Once it is loaded, you need to run the timer run control bit. So timer run control bit of which timer has to be run in the sense, since in T mode, as we prefer timer 1 only can be preferred. So as we prefer timer 1, we need to run the timer run control bit of timer 1. So timer run control bit is represented with TR. So TR1 you should set. So set B TR1. In the place of set B TR1, in C you have to write it as TR1 is equal to 1 as shown over here. Next is here while 1. While 1, why we are giving? We need to check this timer interrupt flag continuously. So to check the timer interrupt flag continuously, we are going to give the loop, that is infinite loop. Why? Because if you give an infinite loop only, all data from your transmitting end to the receiving end can be transmitted, and the same can be checked by means of this particular loop, while loop. Here we are going to check our this program is meant for receiving your data, right? So you have to check your receiving data. It is to transfer the letter A. So to transfer the letter A means you need to check your transmitting interrupt flag. So while 1, S buffer is equal to A. Here you are going to transmit the data A from your transmitting end to your receiving end. So transmitting end means always the data will be available in the S buffer. So first move the data as shown here. Move the data as shown in this particular line to your S buffer register. Once it is moved, check your transmit interrupt flag as shown over here. So why this transmit interrupt flag is checked in the sense, in order to ensure that the data transmission takes place and the process is continuous. So when the data is transmitted, once the data transmission is over, then Ti will be equal to 1. When Ti is equal to 1, it indicates that the complete data is transferred and it is ready for next process or next data to get transferred. So this is how you can write the C program to transmit the data serially at one particular baud rate. So next one, I wanted to write a C program to transfer the message yes serially at a baud rate of 9600. So here also the first line is going to be hash include reg51.h. The purpose of using this particular line is we are going to utilize the 8051 library function. The C compiler is going to utilize the 8051 library function. And next, void sertx, in the sense we are going to the function name is sertx. So we have named the function as sertx, and it is unsigned char, where the data type is going to be unsigned char. Now coming back to the main program, void main. In this void main, why we are using void, in the sense it is not going to return any value to the variable. So we are going to use void. Then tmod. So we all know why we are using this tmod. The main function of this tmod is nothing but we are going to use this timer mode in mode 2. Mode 2 is 8-bit auto reload. Timer 1 is operated with mode 2. Timer 1 operated with mode 2. Since we have used timer 1, we are supposed to load only the TH register, that is high byte of your timer register with a baud rate of 9600. Next one, after that SCON 50. SCON 50 is nothing but it is your serial control register. So this serial control register is utilized to have a control towards the data that we are going for transmit. Then the timer run control bit of timer 1 is started. Once it is started, you have to check your timer interrupt flag for the transmission. So here you are going to call the function. So once this SERTX, once you had written this SERTX, then automatically it calls the function SERTX and the control is transmitted at this particular point. So when it is transmitted, then it is used to transmit the data. First one is your S buffer should be loaded with Y. Y is available as a function here. So inside this, inside this you have the character. So in this character X, so you have the character X, right? So this will be loaded onto your S buffer register. So once it is loaded, you need to check your timer interrupt flag. This timer interrupt flag is checked to indicate whether the complete data has been transmitted or not. So if it is transmitted, then Ti will be equal to 1. So once it is transmitted, Ti is equal to 1. Then while coming out of the loop, you have to clear the transmit interrupt flag. So when you clear the transmit interrupt flag, it will come, it is nothing but it is returning to the main menu. So once this bracket is seen, it goes to the next line of this SERTX. The next line of your SERTX is going to be SERTXE. So again one more function is called. So when this particular line is executed, the control gets transferred to this void SCR unsigned char function. So when it is getting transferred, this complete line will be executed until your E is transmitted, and again after TI flag is set, it is cleared and it comes to the next step of this particular instruction. Likewise, all the data has been transmitted and it is executed in Keil software.